Since April 29th on this channel, we've been discussing the likelihood that Bitcoin would get a major move up, and it became clear over the past couple weeks that there was actually reason to believe that we could be going up towards 114,000, 115,000, which is now the exact measured move target. And in the last video, we had the breakout, and that breakout has begun to take place. And we touched nearly 110,000 across exchanges, which means our idea is playing out, and the price target is quite stunning. Let's talk about this and more in today's video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we got some pretty awesome price action to look at. Earlier today, Bitcoin began pumping towards 110,000, and right when it got there, the stock market started to drop. Bitcoin started to drop a little bit, and that is because the 10-year yields and the 30-year treasury yields spiked. The 30-year treasury yields reached levels that haven't been seen since October, November of 2023, and the 10-year yields spiked to a level that hadn't been seen since February of this year. And as a result, we got increased volatility in the stock market, thus making Bitcoin snap back into correlation for a short period of time. It would not be a surprise to see the S&P come down towards about 5,700 before maybe getting some support around that region. Now, what we saw was the S&P down 1.6%, and Bitcoin is still up almost 1%. So we see Bitcoin is getting a little bit of divergence away from traditional markets. You can see that the market structure is, well, really similar for both of them. It's not decoupled yet, but at least Bitcoin is able to remain resilient. Today we're green while the S&P is red. And before we dive into Bitcoin's price action and the price target that we're now coming up on pretty quickly, I want to let you guys know that you can earn money back every time you make a trade. My viewers on this channel, I give you guys a special offer, and that is 10% cash back on all of your trading fees. If you're not earning cash back on all of your trades, then you are missing out on pretty much just earning free money back from your trading activity. It is a no-brainer. And this is only available to my community members or the people that sign up using code SVEN. Blowfin is one of the fastest growing exchanges right now. There's no KYC, and it only takes a couple minutes to get signed up. Very easy. Click that link below and sign up today. Now, moving on to Bitcoin, this is the 4-hour chart. And this is the setup that we've been discussing for quite a long time now. Since May 9th, I've been talking about a consolidation followed by a move towards 114,000. And this price target has been updated to 115,000 because our breakout zone was a little bit different than what I expected on May 9th. This resistance came in slightly higher, which means that this measured move, right? If you measure the flagpole of the impulse up, the steepest part of the flagpole, and you place it on the breakout zone, you just drag it over, it lands you at 115,000, almost exactly 115,000. And this analysis is no different than the one we did before that. We took the steepest part of this flagpole, put it on the breakout zone. This led to a perfect target being hit right here on that bounce, once again, right into the wick high. And here we have the next setup. Bitcoin right now, although we had some volatility today because of the treasury yields, it doesn't seem to be stopping Bitcoin. We're seeing higher lows, higher highs, and a very steep uptrend. Bitcoin already broke the wall of the all-time high, and we touched nearly 110,000. So we are on a confirmed breakout now. In the last few times that this happened, it only took 3 days for this impulse each time to take place. This run could be finishing around the end of May 23rd or May 24th. That may be when we actually get to 115,000. So really just a 3-day run, just like the others. I mean, I don't see a reason why this can't happen. Usually when you break the all-time high, there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of excitement, and prices move very quickly. So seeing Bitcoin at 115,000 around May 23rd or May 24th would be no surprise at all. Now, a lot of you guys probably want to know what's going to happen after we hit 115,000. Well, that has a lot to do with what the stock market does. Usually, it has a lot to do with that. I think after hitting 115,000, the market will probably settle up around that range, maybe test down into support below the previous all-time high before most likely continuation to the upside. You know, each time we've hit these measured moves, the market will settle up for a while. And I don't think this time will be any different. I think we'll probably get some consolidation. After hitting 115,000 and the consolidation thereafter, probably Bitcoin will end up testing to an even higher price level as long as the stock market allows it. Again, speculator confidence is extremely tied to the stock market. Despite Bitcoin having some decouplings here and there, it's extremely important that the stock market is performing, or at least being stable and not crashing or something like that. Now, zooming out for Bitcoin, our weekly RSI breakouts for Bitcoin normally last about 12 to 14 weeks. And this breakout that we had back in April, I believe it was, well, we're only about, let's say, 6 weeks in, which means we have until June into July to play out this run. So even though I'm saying that we might stall at 115,000, that does not mean that the run would be over at 115,000. We might just get some chop consolidation and then ultimately run up towards my parabolic trend target of 124,000. That's where I think we might actually be by the time that July rolls around, is around 124,000. Now, I would bring up the parabolic trend chart and all the indicators, but for some reason my trading view isn't working, and I don't know if that's just me or if there's something that I'm not seeing, or if TradingView is actually having a problem because no chart is showing up right now on the screen. Something else to keep in mind is that on this stair-step pattern that we've been in for Bitcoin on the daily chart, we have been holding a pretty distinct RSI uptrend. And I think it stems from right about there, that first consolidation zone. We have higher lows printing right along this uptrend line, and the health of the trend could be measured with this RSI uptrend. If we are able to maintain this, then things are probably just going to keep going up. If we break below the daily RSI uptrend line, that's when this trend could be ending. As of right now, we bounced off of it, got another higher low, and things look pretty good. We're breaking the all-time high. And we have our uptrend line here as well. This is the area with most touch points. And so this RSI trend and this trend line here match. Right now, it is still healthy. And looking at Ethereum right now, after its devastating bear market, we have now exited that downtrend, and we are possibly entering an expansion phase, very likely entering an expansion phase. And Ethereum is remaining stable at these levels. Now, Bitcoin dominance is likely going to keep going up as long as Bitcoin's just breaking new all-time highs. All the interest will stay with Bitcoin, most likely. Altcoins will still go up. They'll still be able to go up, but until Bitcoin settles up around that 115,000 level, altcoins may be kind of just hanging out, trickling upward. Usually the second all-time high break of every cycle is where altcoins do the best. And we've only had one all-time high break, a retest down, and this is the second all-time high break. And I think alt season begins somewhere up there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash the like, subscribe, join the Patreon if you want to get daily insights into what I'm doing and what I'm thinking about the market, and be sure to take advantage of 10% cash back by using the Blowfin exchange. Sign up using code SVEN and you will get money back every time you trade. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.